recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list? Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan, and this is episode Tree Fiddy. Tree Fiddy. Tree Fiddy.
I gave him $1.
We're going to hear that about 1,000 times a day, I think. I'm so pumped. We've been pushing forward for almost 7 years now. We're 7 years in February, right?
That's right.
And Tree Fiddy is here. It's real.
Yeah.
We made it. I'm so pumped.
It is tangible, my man. It is tangible.
Energy. I mean, meow meow. That's
high energy.
It's exactly. All right. So who do we have? We have Ben here with us today. Ben in-house, in studio.
You know what we need up here?
What?
We need something where you can hit that says Loch Ness Monster. Like that. We need like a little Godzilla figurine and you hit it and it says that.
Oh man, that'd be fantastic.
That would be
Go
great.
buy that and bring it.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, right. If anybody wants honestly, if anybody wants to send us toys, they end up on the table in the studio. The only thing that's not up here, and I'm ashamed of it, Alex Meisner, awesome colonel in the Trivial Warfare Army, sent a bag of nothing. He had it embroidered, and it's downstairs at my desk because I've been doing things at my desk a lot, and I haven't brought it up, and I'm ashamed.
Oh, well.
It's not a sound thing, but it's so cool.
Yeah. Well,
is that like the ugly cousin of the bag of what is it? The bag of
holding.
Holding. There we go, man.
Yeah, it is. It
was in my head, and then I said it, and
it's a straight D&D guess there too. So, by the way, the voice you're hearing there, David Livasy, is with us today. Hello, David.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
350 episodes, and I finally pronounced your name right on the first try.
You know what? I am super impressed.
I worked hard at that, I promise. I didn't even actually write it down that time. I was just there. Carmela Smith has been quiet, but she is with us today. Hello, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And Mr. Chris Hollister is with us today. Hello, Chris.
You know, for as famous as I am of mispronouncing words, names, pretty much everything, I've said David Livasy's name correct from day one. And so I'm kind of proud of myself for that, to be very honest with you.
It's very impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Even broken clocks are right twice a day, Chris. So
that's
damn.
Ben bringing the thunder already.
It's Tree Fiddy, man.
It's Tree Fiddy. You know, I'm going to buy some kudos. Remember the little candy, little granola bars? I'm going to buy a box of those and hand them out when people do good things.
I was going to say, you just you do the helmet stickers like they do in college. Good job, Ben.
Just put it right on my face.
All right, guys. So this is episode Tree Fiddy. We are going to have a great time. We have a great crew. David, actually, you know what? I'm just going right into it because David's been here so much. But David, remind everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Absolutely. Name is David Livasy. I currently live in Dallas. I've kind of, since my introduction to Trivial Warfare, have moved all around the cities of Texas. So now it's Dallas. Let's see. And a fun thing about myself. Oh, man, I didn't even prepare something for this. A fun thing. I am going on the second year of winning my fantasy football league, picking the most attractive players.
Nice. Wow.
What?
So who? Okay, so who? So
we got to
can you
hear
give us a little bit about who your team is, so that we know
second. Let me get there.
All right, thank you. I appreciate this because I'm fascinated by this.
Absolutely. So my quarterback is Kirk Cousins, and I do have on backup, I do have Aaron Rodgers. Now, whether or not he makes that or not is a whole thing, right?
Yep, I 100% agree with that. I'm looking to trade him myself.
We're not a giant fan of him. But then let's see. Nope. I got I'm looking here. I'm looking at it now. I've got Myles Gaskin, who I found just quite adorable. So
very nice. Yes, he did horrible for us on Thursday, though. However,
I just let it happen. I just put people in there and I let it ride. So
fair enough.
I am jealous. I mean, I would love to be able to win that way.
Does it not work for you?
No, it never has. And I did it for like 7 years, and it never won that way.
I'm telling you,
longer than that, man.
No. I'm talking about picking attractive players.
Oh, I got.
Do you know the research for that is a lot more fun, though? It's way better than crunching the numbers.
I don't. Yeah, as a numbers guy, for some reason, the attractiveness just puts it over the top. So
yeah, no, it's super easy. I mean, now the ratings. What was your scale when you when you were creating your draft sheet? What was your scale for good?
It's the most ridiculous thing, right? There's 5% for like looks, and then 5 out of 10 for looks, and 5 out of 10 for what my perceived personality of this person is. So I have like a backstory for them while I'm picking them, and I'm like, yeah. He probably treats his wife nicely. I like that.
Oh my God. 5 out of 5 would do.
5 out of 5.
4 out of 5, maybe. 3 out of 5, if I'm drunk.
100%. Is this how people normally do it? I don't know.
Honestly, maybe.
People don't expect me to win, though.
Who is the most attractive player in the NFL on that you were able to draft? Who's your number one draft pick?
I don't know. I don't know what my number one draft pick is, but James Conner is probably the one that I'm keeping on because I just find him just
the light-skinned guy running back for the Steelers
for Arizona.
Oh, I haven't paid attention in 2 years, dude. My bad. He was with the Steelers, I think, a while back.
Yes, and now he's with the Cardinals. Actually, playing really well for him too.
So I'm glad I've got Ben on my team because he would know that. I just would know that I find him attractive. So
I've always thought Ben was attractive.
I do have my legs out today, but they're out every day.
All right. Legs out, segs out. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. Let's do Warm It Up, Chris.
Let's do it.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
I have prepared a warmed up Chris for you guys. I had a fun time trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and here's what I came up with. There are 19 seasons of American Idol.
Oh, God.
I've got a list of all 19 winners. Let's see how many you can name, and you will get extra cool points to see how many in a row you can name correctly, starting at number 1. So as a group, you will get extra cool points.
We have done this before.
It's a long time ago. There's been 2 or 3 seasons since then.
So are we playing
if I threw out every question you asked that we've had before, buddy, you don't want to hear about it. Judge me.
Hey, I ask a lot more questions than you do. Hashtag just saying.
Are we playing as a group or
it's
what?
Warm Up Chris.
But you said starting with number 1.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to Carmela and then David and then Chris and then come back to you.
Okay.
I want to see. I would love to see how many of the first set you can name before you miss one.
Well, if you're starting with me, I promise you it's going to get broken with me regardless.
Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to start with Carmela. Carmela, season 1. Do you know the winner of American Idol?
That would be Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson is correct, David.
I couldn't tell you who season 2 is. I would imagine it's Ruben Studdard. That's what I was going to say, Ruben Studdard.
All right.
I wasn't sure if he was second or not
correctly.
third.
You guys are 2 for 2. Chris, do you know season 3?
I really don't, because this is when I really stopped paying attention to it. Because
2 years in.
No, seriously. I know season 6, I believe, was Carrie Underwood.
Well, you get credit for Carrie Underwood because this is Warm It Up, Chris. But my dream of having you guys lift off the first 6 or 7 in a row has been broken. So
I don't know why you
David and
that.
Carmela get the cool points because they did the first 2 in order.
Oh, whatever. That
was Fantasia.
Fantasia Barrino is number 3.
Carmela could get the full points.
Chris named number 4. Carrie Underwood won season 4. All right, Ben, do you know any other American Idol winners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a guy with 2. He was a guy that had 2 names.
Mm-hmm. That most people have 2 names.
No, his name. It was a repeat. Like he had the first and last name were the same name. I'm trying to think of who it was.
Like Duran Duran.
The country guy.
Yeah, he did the song "Home."
That's so good.
Oh my God, what's his name? Oh, Craig,
No.
Chris.
Nope.
James.
No.
Kelly.
No.
Kelly.
There was an English king with his name. Chris, shut up. Stop telling people the answers.
Oh God, what is his name?
Chris just said it in your ear.
I didn't hear because you were talking.
There was a king with this name. English, British.
You know how many English names there are that are kings? John.
Maybe not even a king. Who was it?
Hey,
Is
Ben,
it
take me home.
Queen Elizabeth II's consort before he passed away?
Well, you know who you're talking to.
All right. Ben is tapping out apparently.
No, I have another name.
Well, then name's somebody.
Adam something.
Oh my God, I love
It wasn't Adam Lambert. It was the other Adam.
Adam Lambert did not.
He was a runner up, but there was another guy named Adam who won.
There is
Adam
nobody
Archuleta?
named Adam on this list. I apologize, Ben.
His name was Adam.
Carmela, what do you got?
Did Chris Daughtry win?
Chris Daughtry did not win. He came in third. He came in third, and Catherine McPhee came in second. And there was a guy who hasn't really made it big who came in first. David, do you know who that is?
On that season, probably not. But didn't David Archuleta lose to David Cook?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about.
David Archuleta lost to David Cook.
That's what I was thinking about.
Adam Adams.
Adamson.
I think it was the same season. I don't care.
David Cook is
No,
correct.
I know you're.
No, it was
talking
Chris
about
somebody that won that year.
No. Oh.
No. He said
David Archuleta lost to David Cook. It was 2 Davids, right?
No, but the season Adam Lambert was on, he lost to a guy named Chris.
That's right.
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
Ringo.
Christopher, did you just say Ringo?
Yes.
Ringo Starr was on him.
Yelling at his dog.
Oh. All right, Chris. American Idol. Come on. You still got lots of names on this list.
I know. The one that Ben was trying to remember and was dying is Philip Phillips.
Philip Phillips. Oh, my God.
Philip Phillips.
Oh.
The song Home is tremendous. I love it.
That's
You
why I
should've
was
gave me
thinking
credit for
Take Me
that.
Home.
I'm not giving you
I
credit.
gave
for
the
that.
name of the song.
So?
I knew that his name repeated.
The name of the song is not on my list. Now, Ben, it's your turn.
Loch Ness Monster.
God, Loch Ness Monster.
There was a guy. He looked old, but he was young. He had like gray hair.
God, they're all going to be like this.
Taylor. Was his name Taylor?
Yeah. Taylor.
Taylor.
He's the one that beat Catherine McPhee and Chris Daughtry.
Yeah.
That I was talking about.
Taylor something.
Taylor Swift.
What's another name for a
Hanson.
redneck?
A redneck.
What's another name for a redneck?
Taylor.
I can't say.
What about a country bumpkin?
Hicks.
Taylor Hicks.
Taylor Hicks is correct.
Good job, Carmela.
I know his last name is not Cracker. I know that's not what he's leading me to.
Taylor Cracker.
I'm like, another name for redneck. Well, that's what popped in my head.
Oh man. Okay, we're going
We've
there.
been doing this for 10 minutes and we're already off the rails.
Oh, this is Tree Fiddy.
Tree
Carmela,
Fiddy,
we're
man.
not even halfway through the list. What do you got?
I don't know any other American.
Oh
Idol
my
winners.
goodness. All right. Take a guess. There's plenty more. There are other names here that you will probably know.
I've been
Yes,
told
absolutely.
I need to close the door real quick, so I'll be right back.
Oh, Angie is pissed at Chris. She can't get up to tell him because Angie had knee surgery
she
recently, and we've been praying for Angie. She has started her recovery, and God bless her in her recovery. We really want to see her recover strong and to have no pain and just
Yes,
to be
absolutely.
have a really quick recovery. So we've been thinking about Angie, and we really are hoping good things for her and for our friend Mr. Chris here.
We also confirmed that her durable medical equipment company did get her some of those Stone Cold Steve Austin knee braces.
That's right. So if she gets pissed off, she can rip that thing off and slam it against Chris's head.
Or she could just do what Steve Austin did, which is stomp a mud hole in you and walk it dry.
Exactly.
Let's go, Miss Angie.
All right. So Carmela, we're back to you.
Oh, who sang Jar of Hearts? Was it Christine Perrault?
Super close.
I don't know. I can't
Not
remember her
on the
last name.
list. Not on the
But
list.
did she win?
No.
I don't know if she won. I just knew she was on American.
She was-
is it
was she
Christine
really?
Perry that you're talking about?
Christina Perry. I thought she was the voice.
Jar of Hearts. I love that song. I didn't know she was on American Idol.
Maybe I'm confusing her with a different show, but she was on a show. I remember
Okay.
She was on a show.
No, I didn't know that she was, but I really like her music.
Mm-hmm.
David, you and Chris seem like you're gonna have to carry the day here.
Oh, I've only got two more. One of them is on my heart. On my heart, just like a tattoo. Jordan Sparks.
Jordan Sparks is correct. The daughter of an
Jordan
NFL
Sparks,
football player.
How could I forget Jordan Sparks?
Felipe Sparks.
That's right.
Philippe Philip A. Sparks.
Yes,
That's right, Ben.
All right,
Thanks, Chris.
Chris, you're up.
Oh my gosh. I was really hoping for another minute or so to think about it, but David was way too quick on the
JS.
Jordan. Yes, on the JS. The sad part is like the last 4 or 5 seasons, all of them that have been on ABC, I don't know any of them.
No, I don't think
couldn't-
many people will, honestly.
Yeah.
After season 14, I don't recognize a single name, and I didn't like the season 14 winner. Before that, seemed like they were still really talented. Maybe they still are, and I'm just not paying attention. Probably. I don't want to cast aspersions.
That's a possibility, but
being successful in music in these days has nothing to do with how much talent you have.
Tell you what, season 12 and season 13 winners. Phillips was season 11, by the way. 12 and 13 were both mega talented in terms of their vocal ability. Mm-hmm. One of them was a R&B gospel singer, and the other
Mary.
a hard rock singer. And they both had voices that are fantastic for those fields. If that gives you any clues, Chris.
not much.
All right. Do you guys, are you tapping out? Do we have, you work together?
I know
Do you all
one
have
more.
any other names?
Okay, yeah, go to David.
Go
So
for it, David.
I know
I
this guy
think
from the 10-man band. It was Scotty McCreery.
Scotty McCreery,
Oh,
country
nice,
man,
yes.
looks
The
like
super tall,
Edward E. Newman.
gangly one. Yeah.
He looks just like Edward E. Newman, except not
Did you say-
ugly. It's kind of weird how he does that.
Did you say Edward E. Newman?
Yeah, the guy from Mad
Yes.
Magazine. They resemble
No.
each other.
That's Alfred E. Newman.
Alfred E. Newman. And I'm writing the questions, so y'all are really in trouble.
Hey, I remembered another name, Jonathan.
Okay.
What about, I don't know if he won or not, though. What about Lee DeWise?
Lee DeWise, season 9 winner.
Oh, good job.
Oh, wow.
I don't recognize
Yeah.
that name at all.
This is me pulling it out of my backside?
Oh yeah, no, you got that right, dude. So yeah, so far you guys have actually, we've been joking around at not knowing things, but you've done pretty well with the first 10 here. Kelly Clarkson, Ruben Studdard, Fantasia Barrino, Carrie Underwood, Taylor Hicks was season 5, Jordan Sparks was season 6, season 7, David Cook, season 8, Chris Allen, season 9, Lee
Chris
DeWise.
Allen, that's what I was trying to think of.
Is that who beat Adam Lambert?
We already named him.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris
No, we didn't.
named
We
him.
didn't name Chris Allen.
You didn't name Chris
No, we
Allen?
didn't
I didn't
No,
hear
we didn't
that.
name Chris
Oh
Allen.
man, I thought. I'm sorry. I thought that got named. It was a guy named Chris.
Chris
But spelled
Jefferson.
differently.
Lee DeWise,
Spelled
season
differently.
9, Scotty McCreery, season 10, Philip Phillips, season 11. Now the harder ones that I don't think any of y'all know at this point. David, did you have one more?
Oh no,
No.
nope.
Season 11, Philip Phillips. Season 12, the R&B singer started with gospel. Candace Glover.
Okay.
African-American lady, really strong voice. She was fantastic. The rocker I mentioned, season 13, Caleb Johnson. He was really, really strong too.
Yep. Nope.
After that, season 14, Nick Fradiani. And after
Nope.
that, for me, who paid attention for a good, I mean, I didn't watch every episode and I didn't watch all the time, but Fradiani was the first person who won. And I'm like, that wasn't anywhere close to the best singer. Then you had season 15, Trent Harmon. Season 16, Maddie Poppe or Maddie Pope, Poppe. Season 17, Lane Hardy. Season 18, Just Sam. And season 19, Chase Beckham.
Wow.
Oh, Chase Beckham sounds familiar.
Season 18 was
just-
just Sam.
Just Sam is the person's name.
Hey,
His name is Just and
Her-
Sam, or his name is
her.
her name is like the Sam is the.
So
she
just
might-
is her
It's a
birth
mononym.
first
I
name.
don't know. No. It's not a mono. It literally just is the first name.
It's
and
her birth
Sam-
first name.
I don't know if it's the birth.
Okay.
But when
It's
they
short
list
for
the winners,
Justice,
the
probably.
words are
At minimum
just
or stage
Sam.
name.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to say she because they might be non-binary. I don't know. But they presented as a woman. So that's what I have.
Hey, Jonathan, does your list say when it started on ABC?
I was trying to. No.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I typed them in. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. That's all.
Okay, so that is your warming up, Chris. I get the sense that some of you are warmer, and some of you are not.
No.
Ben's ice cold.
Well, Ben,
all right.
I'm cold as the blood of a lizard from the Paleozoic era right now.
Are we doing that arm thing? Ice in our veins. That's how cold he is.
Ice cold.
No.
All right.
I wish it was like that.
So, guys, today is episode number 350. That means this is on the main feed. I want to say thank you for being here. We are glad you are a listener of Trivial Warfare. And if you want more Trivial Warfare and all of this kind of silliness, be sure to head over to Trivial Warfare Army. You can sign up as a patron and get 2 extra episodes every month and have access to our back catalog of over 200 episodes that are no longer on the main feed. And actually, it's getting time now that we're at 350. It's getting time to do another cleanup, so I need to move another 50 episodes or so over into the archives. You don't want to lose access to that. Go to trivialwarfarearmy.com and sign up. Also, a quick reminder, we're getting close to shipping for the Everyday Q&A trivia calendars. They are on a ship right now, almost on our shores in our warehouse, and they're going to be shipping out here in the next few weeks. The Everyday Q&A Trivia Calendar is a daily trivia calendar that we do with the Inklings Katie Sikelski. It is an awesome thing, and you can get that at triviacalendar.com. All right.
And .net. No, it's both now.
Oh.
.com.
Got the com.
We're official. We're commercial now. Yeah. .com.
I love that journey for you.
Oh, it's so nice. So, guys, episode 350, it's going to be Carmela and Chris versus David and Ben. I'm hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Play us. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Here we go. Round 1, question 1. Your first category is Forgive Me, Father, for I have sinned.
That sounds dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of last night.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Last night.
Hey, it's personal.
Okay. What happened last night, Ben?
It's personal.
Oh, my goodness. Sammy Davis Jr., George Burns, Red Fox, Whoopi Goldberg, Jerry Stiller, and Betty White have all been roasted by peers and comedians at what iconic location that held these celebrity roasts? I didn't realize, but the cracks, I cracked my phone recently, the screen, and by the way, you have to be texting David. Ben's writing on his paper.
Can I brainstorm personally first?
All right.
Actually, Carmela and I are locked in.
I had a feeling you would be. You can talk out loud, Ben, before you ever got a message off.
All right. So, David, you said the Apollo, but that doesn't feel right.
It doesn't seem right. I'm trying to think. What about Radio City Music Hall?
I feel like I've heard this before. Forgive me, Father. I would say that's obviously a confessional from, it's from Catholicism was one version of it. So,
Yep.
This would have to be something, I would say, churchy themed. I would guess, like a cathedral.
I'm sure there's a. Let me think. Man,
I have no idea. It is not in there.
All right. Yeah. All I can so real answers that I can think of don't match up with the name of the title of the category. I love the answer. I love the idea of the Abbey just because I think of sassy gays just roasting people, but that's not it.
I have to imagine those roasts would be pretty funny.
Right?
It's the Thursday night review. I mean,
Hey, Abbott! I hate that guy.
Grauman's Chinese Theater. I mean, I don't know. Would it be in Los Angeles or New York? Those are, I guess, the two. That's the question. Is where do you think it would be, Los Angeles or New York? My guess would be Los Angeles because of proximity to Hollywood, right?
Dude, I don't know. I wish I even had like a decent answer to give, but I have nothing.
I have nothing. Nothing.
I mean, so when I've seen like videos of it happening, and it doesn't feel like Chinese Grauman's theater. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that. So, man,
you guys got about a minute and a half left.
I think we're in joke answer land right now, David.
Okay, then I'm gonna say the Abbey. Then, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, let's do that. The Abbey in Los Angeles.
All right, David and Ben have locked in with the Abbey in Los Angeles. Carmela and Chris, you guys locked in fast.
I would absolutely go to a roast at the Abbey. I absolutely would do that. I was actually in the middle of typing the answer when Chris sent it to me. Imagine the Forgive Me, Father is in reference to the Friars Club, as in a church friar.
Of course.
So, Friars Club.
The correct answer is the Friars Club, an iconic New York location.
God, Loch Ness Monster, man.
Yeah, so
I've never heard of this
place is, I mean, it was legendary. It was a club, like a membership thing, and so like people like Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack were there. A lot of comedians. Milton Berle was there. Johnny Carson was there. They were members of this thing. They paid their dues. Now people like Jimmy Fallon are members of the Friars Club, but it's fallen into some problems. There were some financial issues with the management of the club in the last 10 years, and I think they've had some damage, and it might not be open right now. It was hard to get straight answers when I was researching it. But yeah, the answer was the Friars Club.
All right. Is that referenced in Marvelous Miss Maisel? Do you know? I imagine it is, right?
I would think it would be, but I've not watched past the first season, so I need to continue on with that journey just because of Amy Sherman Palladino is just amazing, just a rock star.
All right, round one, question 2. Your category is not a James Bond question. That is what happens when a Taylor Hick does the James Bond theme.
Is that the banjo version of the 007 song?
Yes. You sounded like a turkey at the end there.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's a James Tribe.
Oh, hey, happy Thanksgiving. We are right about there. I think it probably just passed. Okay, so not a James Bond question. Here we go. James Bond is an officer in an organization commonly known as MI6. MI is short for Section 6 of what two-word oxymoronic punchline? I'll repeat that for you. James Bond is an officer in an organization commonly known as MI6. MI6 is short for Section 6 of what two-word oxymoronic punchline?
I think we're locked in. We're locked in.
Chris and Carmela coming in hot. David and Ben, you can talk it out.
So I don't know what I imagine means like military intelligence, but I don't know how that's oxymoronic.
I don't know if the M stands for military or not.
See,
so
moron intelligence.
My only in to this is from World of Warcraft. There was a secret club called SI7, and that's where you went to get your weapons training. And that was where the spies were, where you got your weapons training, and where rogues went to get their rogue training. That's my only in to this. Oxymoronic, obviously, so you don't have two words that have opposite meanings. I'm leaning towards intelligence for the I, but I have no idea what the M would be.
Moronic intelligence.
Moronic intelligence. Reminds me of so many people I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're looking at her.
Oh, Chris is waving too.
You weren't on that list in my mind.
No, neither of you are moronic. Unless moronic has a word, like a definition, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Isn't it moronic?
Don't you think?
I had that in my head too.
That needs to be a parody.
Oh yeah. Dang it, Weird Al. Where were you when we needed you in '95?
God, was that in '95?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it? I don't know.
I think it was like 97, 98.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you guys.
Misguided intelligence, and he said punchline, which is the weird thing.
Yeah, punchline.
I would just point out that MI6 is the name of a real organization. Okay. That's part of that James Bond worked at this part of this organization.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, military people are joked to not be super smart. Like if you can't get into college, you go into the military. You know what I mean? Like not right, but especially like where I'm from. So,
yeah. I mean, I guess we can go with it.
Yeah, I just don't know what else it could be if it's not that.
No, we'll do that. We'll go with military intelligence.
Okay, military intelligence. Carmela and Chris, tell us what you were thinking.
So the joke that I've always heard is government intelligence is the oxymoronic thing, but government doesn't start with M. So we said military intelligence.
Yep. Your correct answer is military intelligence. That is right. It's obviously not a direct opposite, but right. People use it when they give examples of oxymorons when they're trying to be funny.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But military intelligence, Section 6. That's the organization that James Bond works for. But it was not a James Bond question.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. The MI6 is a real thing.
Was he not in it?
I mean, he doesn't exist.
His name was in the question.
He's not real, Chris. He's not real.
He is real.
Israel. No, he's not Jewish.
He is real.
If you believe hard enough, he's real.
Yes, I believe in him. I love you, Daniel Craig.
Oh my God.
Synced him.
Ben, get off of my leg.
Mini-me, quit humping the laser.
He called my leg the laser. He calls you Mini-me.
Well,
Ben is shorter than you.
I mean, Ben, you know what?
I don't look anything like
We're all shorter than Jonathan,
but frankly,
though.
I mean, does it feel good to be near me and to say, nah, he's bigger than me. I'm cool. Like someday if I'm not bigger than you, you can be like, oh, damn, Jonathan's smaller than me. That's fucked up.
That day will never come, as I'm determined to be more focused about being at peak.
There we go. All right. Peak performance Ben. All right, peak performance Ben. Round 1, question 3. Your category is the one without the Razzie nomination. Thank you to David Abalafia for this question. I thought it was a really good one.
Thank you, David.
Of the 6 principal cast members of the TV show Friends, who is the only one that has never received a Golden Raspberry nomination in any category? This is the first moment of quiet that we've had in the recording as both teams are thinking deeply.
All right, we're locked in.
Oh, David and Ben locking in first for the first time.
Okay, so Carmela and we started the first one I mentioned was Kudrow, just because I know she does a lot of TV, and usually her TV shows are very well thought of. And then Carmela reminded me of I don't even remember the movie name for the John Travolta lottery movie. Do you?
I don't remember it either, but I remember it being quite awful, and it would not surprise me if she got a Razzie nomination for that. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston's been in a lot of odd movies.
She was in Leprechaun very first off. So
well, that was before she was like everyone knew who Jennifer Aniston was.
That's true. That's very true.
But, she's done a lot of stuff with, Adam Sandler and stuff like that. Courtney Cox has definitely been in some weird stuff.
Absolutely. I 100% think Courtney Cox has gotten one.
Matthew Perry has been in some weird stuff. I think Matt LeBlanc would have gotten it for Lost in Space.
If he didn't, he deserved to.
Which leaves us with Schwimmer, who's not in a ton of movies.
That's true.
Now, I think I've seen him in exactly one movie. It's called The Pallbearer. And I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, but I don't know if he would have gotten a Razzie for that.
Right. And then you've heard his voice in the Madagascar movies and stuff like that.
That's true.
But I don't think he would have gotten a voiceover. I don't think he would have gotten a Razzie for a voiceover. Usually animated movies, to my knowledge, are kind of exempt from that. Usually your face has to be on camera. So I think Schwimmer's the best answer, to be honest with you, especially after talking it out with you.
I mean, I have no love for Ross Geller, but David Schwimmer's okay, I guess.
Yeah, he seems to be a pretty good dude, actually. He just had the absolute worst. He played the worst character.
I'm actually, he did, when Homecoming was just a podcast before they turned it into a TV show, he was one of the voices in that show. It was pretty good. Okay. But yeah, I'm cool with David Schwimmer. Let's go with Schwimmer.
Yeah, we're locked in with Schwimmer.
All right, over to David and Ben.
Our discussion was quite shorter. It was a lot of silence. We just couldn't think. I mean, honestly, like it was one of those things that film's not my strength, and I don't know about Ben, but we tried thinking. We started off talking about Jennifer Aniston, but I feel like kind of the same thing. Like I feel like she's been in a lot of things, and I could see her totally getting one. And I also understood the question to be who won one, not nominated. So I definitely misunderstood the question. So I said, wouldn't it be funny if Lisa Kudrow, one of the sillier actors on the show, didn't receive one as interesting trivia? So we went with Lisa Kudrow.
All right. So you said Lisa Kudrow, Chris, and Carmela. You guys, you also said Lisa Kudrow. No, you said David Schwimmer. David Schwimmer.
Yes.
Your correct answer, Matthew Perry.
Whoa.
Really?
That shocks me.
So here's the flavor text from David. In 1997, Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer, Matt LeBlanc, and Lisa Kudrow were all collectively nominated for Worst New Star for their early film roles. Essentially, they're all famous from Friends now. We're nominating you for all of your crap work before you became Friends. And so they were collectively nominated for Worst New Star for their early film roles. LeBlanc was also nominated as part of the Worst Screen Couple with the Mechanical Monkey in Ed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. In 2002, Courtney Cox was nominated for Worst Supporting Actress and as part of the Worst Screen Couple with Kurt Russell for 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Oh, my gosh.
So Matthew Perry.
Yeah, that movie.
Matthew Perry, the only friend who has never been nominated for a Razzie.
Wow.
Okay. Both teams missed that one. At the end of the first round, David and Ben have 10. Carmela and Chris have 20.
Yep. It's a typical score of Jonathan's hosting.
Round 2, question 1. Your category is words. The Czech, na zdraví. The Dutch, Prost. The Italian, chin chin. The Swedish, skål, are all words whose English translation shares a name with what television show?
We're locked in.
Ben and David locked in as soon as I finished writing or reading the question. Honestly, it sounds like they were locked in as soon as I finished writing the question. They were pre-locked in. Ben and I'm sorry, Carmela and Chris, you could talk out loud.
Yeah, Carmela, I was literally typing that out when Ben said locked in, and that I was like, oh, okay, I'll stop. We'll just and then you messaged it, so go forward on your thought process.
It's I've heard skål before as a toast, and I come from an Italian family. I've heard chin chin before too. Yeah, this is definitely cheers.
Yep.
David and Ben.
Yeah, literally, he typed it, and I just said we're locked in. I didn't even discuss it. Didn't give him a thumb up, anything. Yep, that's it.
David, how did you know it, David?
Prost is what you say cheers in German as well. It's not just Dutch. It's actually the same.
They're spelled differently a little bit.
Yes, they are.
But they're pronounced
There's an extra
the
S,
same.
right?
Yeah, the correct answer is cheers. And for what it's worth, in the question, I didn't write out the correct way to say or spell the words. I wrote out the phonetic.
There you go.
Smart man.
What am I trying to say? The phonetic pronunciation. So I wrote out the phonetic pronunciation. So my na zdraví in Czech is spelled NAZ-DRAH-VI.
Hey, whatever works. When you got to skål, I knew it.
And the way you would spell it in Italian, the chin sound is made with a CI, so it's probably CIN.
CIN.
Yeah.
And I just spelled it chin, CHIN, just to make sure that I pronounced it as good as I could.
Hey, whatever works.
Right.
Everybody with 10 points on that one. Round 2, question 2, your category is who you going to call? 711 is the number in Florida that people who are deaf, hard of hearing, or speech disabled can call to assist with phone calls. The service shares its name with what type of race that requires teammates to work together? So 711 has a name, and I want you to tell me what that name is, and it's shared with a race that requires teammates to work together.
We're locked in.
Okay, David and Ben are locked in. Carmela and Chris can talk.
The race part is what I was thinking about, Carmela, and I was thinking tandem,
like a tandem call.
Or relay? Oh, wait. No, relay.
It's relay.
Yep. Okay. Locked in with relay.
All right, David and Ben.
We also said relay.
Your correct answer is relay. 711 is known as the Florida Relay and Relay 711. I wrote this question I wrote a note to myself because I accidentally called. I didn't call 711, but I called a number that directed me to the relay service for a certain company that I was trying to call. I think I was trying to call Mayo Clinic. And I asked my question to try and get directed to the right person, like, sir, you've reached the Florida Relay. And I'm like, okay, well, can you relay me to the person that I'm trying to get to? And they're like, no, sir, this is the line for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I guess I called the wrong number. And I looked, and yeah, there were two phone numbers right with each other, and I called the relay number instead of the number I was trying to call.
Interesting.
But I was like, I didn't know that existed, and I think it's awesome.
I guess because I heard you say that, I must clearly be in the wrong place.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're telling me that and I heard it? Yep. That's not the right number.
No, bad move. Okay. Round 2, question 3. Your category is mission to space. Spurs. Here you go. The space shuttle Atlantis was launched and landed for the last time in 2011, marking the end of the NASA space shuttle program. The Columbia was the first shuttle launched by the program, which occurred in what year? This year also marked the marriage of Charles George to Diana Spencer.
Okay. If you're good with it, Carmela.
Yep.
We're locked in.
Ooh, that was fast. All right, David and Ben.
I think I got some anachronism going on because I thought this is Princess Di, right?
Yes.
I thought that marriage was in the 70s because I think the kids are younger than me. I'm 43. I think the kids are younger than me.
Think about the kids.
Can you repeat the question, Jonathan, just to make sure?
I'd love to repeat the question. Let's see here. The space shuttle Atlantis was launched and landed for the last time in 2011, marking the end of the NASA space shuttle program. The Columbia was the first space shuttle launched by the program, which occurred in what year? That also marked the marriage of Charles George to Diana Spencer.
The first shuttle launched by the program. So we know it had to be before Challenger in 86. It had to be earlier than that, right?
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure they got married in the 70s because I think their kids are right around my age. Like, what's the oldest one? Is it William? I think he's close in age to me. So I'm guessing like mid 70s, 74, 75, 76. But I don't know the exact year.
Years questions are always kind of rough for me, so everything kind of just meshes together. So
yeah,
I used to live in Houston, so I probably should know this, as I'm sure Houston probably did some great thing about it.
They have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So
Chris like rim shot.
I'm sure there's been some kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I'm trying to think like what makes this trivia relevant or super interesting, and the fact that it's Columbia makes it interesting. But I'm trying to think of like if it's 2021.
I don't know. I mean, we're guessing a year. I'm always going to be biased to 78, because that was the year I was born. But I don't think that that's the right year. I feel like it's like 74 or 77 is the number that's popping in my head. I mean, we're guessing a year here, so we just pick what sounds the best, I guess. 76 wouldn't be a bad guess. That's a bicentennial.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. We'll say 76.
All right. Chris and Carmela, talk to me.
Yeah. I love space shuttle questions, and so I had an idea, but I was like, but thankfully I'm with the Space Queen, who I trust all things space about. So it's like, is this it? And Carmela's like, yep. And so Carmela?
Yeah. So Harry and William are actually closer to my age. They were born in the same decade I was. And I think Harry was born 82, 83. But the Columbia launch was in 1981. That was the first Columbia launch.
Which is 40 years from now. Okay.
Yep.
You're letting his bald head fool you a little bit. He's not as old as he looks, William. The correct answer is 1981. Wow. Yes. I was recently, the reason, our life experiences kind of lead us to questions when we take notes and that kind of stuff. I was recently down at Kennedy Space Center and spent half of a day there, and it was really, really cool. They have the Atlantis, the real Atlantis, is there, and their Apollo mission simulator is not the right word, but experience is so freaking cool. They have the original equipment used in the control room, all set up the way that it would be in the control room, and you're in a grandstand essentially, seats, a theater seats in front of it, and they recreate the launch of the first time that we put men into space. And I might not have been I can't remember which program it was. I apologize. But so it was they have it all, like the voices. They have the real audio of the voices as they go. And when it launches, the whole room feels it. You're shaking in your seat. Wow. It's loud, a loud roar. They literally recreate the experience of what it was like in the control room for you. And it was way, way cooler than anything I imagined I would see that day.
Wow.
So I highly recommend, if you're in the Florida area, to go visit Kennedy Space Center.
Cool. Okay.
I still have a picture that I took of Jim Lovell's spacesuit when I was 11, when I went down to Cape Canaveral. It's in a box somewhere. If I could find it, I'll post it. But yeah, going down to Kennedy Space Center was amazing when I was a kid.
Very, very cool. Worth the price of admission. It was very cool.
David, did you go to the equivalent in Houston?
Yeah, it's kind of I've been a couple of times. It's kind of the thing you do for, like zoos are usually the big one for a lot of places. And the NASA Space Center is like where you go for all your school trips and stuff.
Right. And which shuttle's there?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. I know it changed at one point. Like
might be Endeavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know it changed like when I was in high school, I think. So
I got you. Okay.
We didn't. One of the things that I realized watching the films, even their little films that educate you are really pretty good. One of the things I've learned that I never thought of, why do we call it the space shuttle? Right? If you don't think about it, it's just a thing. It's the name of the thing. Well, what's a shuttle? A shuttle is something that takes you from a place and brings you back to a place.
Right.
It's a space shuttle.
Yeah.
It takes you up to space and it brings you back to space, or brings you back to where you were.
Right.
And that was like, well, that makes a lot of sense now. I don't know why I never thought of that, but clearly that's an obvious reason to call it a shuttle. It was really cool.
Oh, awesome.
Love it. Okay. At the end of round 2, 50-30. Carmela and Chris swept the round. They have 50. David and Ben have 30. And we're going into round 3.
50-30.
We're going into round 3.
Tree.
In fact,
Fiddy.
This is round Tree Fiddy.
Ooh.
In this round, every category is Tree Fiddy.
Oh, okay.
So every answer is
category.
350. Got it.
No.
Locked in.
Here we go. The first one is the most obvious of the questions. In the category of Tree Fiddy, on the television show South Park, Chef's father was voiced by what actor and musician? And shout out to the Bonus Brigade. Bonus Brigade! 2 points if you can tell me who voiced Chef's mom. So the voice of I'll give him $1.
All right, we are locked in.
Okay, over to Chris and Carmela.
We got a whole lot of nothing so far, but at least I think we got a lead on the mom, so that's good.
Well, I kind of feel pretty good about my idea for the dad too.
Okay.
Right. I've described the progression of my life that, South Park has been on so long that I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then I watched it, and then I no longer wanted to watch it. That's how long this show has been on. So.
And I watched the first couple of seasons, and then just kind of, I think I stopped. I think I stopped having cable and stopped watching it, and then just didn't pick it back up. So.
Like I said, they're both such little niche characters, and they both talk pretty high pitched. They don't sound like Isaac Hayes at all.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Trey Parker did the mom's voice because he did a lot of the female voices. But both Matt Stone and Trey Parker are musicians in a sense, and they're definitely both actors. So it would not surprise me if it was Matt Stone and Trey Parker that just did the voices.
I really, like I said, I was thinking of it from a standpoint on who would be hilarious to be Isaac Hayes' dad. Mm-hmm. And I can't think of it because I was thinking Barry White at first because that would be awesome. But was he alive then? Because I can't remember when he died. I think it was like the early 2000s.
I also know what they sound like, and they don't sound. Neither one of them.
Gotcha.
Neither one of these parents have low baritone voices like Isaac Hayes. They both talk pretty high pitched.
Okay. All right. And you know what? I don't have a better answer, so I'm happy to go with yours and just move on to the next question.
All right. So we're gonna go with Stone and Parker. All
right. David and Ben, what were you thinking?
Yeah, we didn't know either. I feel like Mom was voiced by a man. I just had that sense. Could it have been Isaac Hayes for both voices? And it was like, no. Dave was like, well, it could be the creators. They could have possibly done the voices. I'm like, that makes sense. So we said Stone for the main answer, and Parker for the bonus.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, both of you get the bonus. Trey Parker did voice Chef's mom, who only gave him $1. Chef's dad was a low voice. He was a baritone. He like that rottenness monster. Yeah. So he absolutely was a deep voice, and it absolutely was Isaac Hayes. He voiced his own father.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yes. So that's both crazy. Teams get 2 points in the first question on Tree Fiddy. All right.
Tree Fiddy.
Round Tree Fiddy, question 2. Your category is Tree Fiddy. Champ, the Honey Island Swamp Monster, the Skunk Ape, and that god Loch Ness Monster are all examples of what word that is defined by Merriam-Webster as an animal that has been claimed to exist but never proven to exist.
100%, Christopher. That is the answer. We are locked in.
Carmela is locked in.
David, you go ahead.
Chris. Carmela.
Yeah, my favorite board game right now is Cryptids. So it didn't take me very long to think about this answer. I mean, cryptozoology is kind of something that gets thrown around a lot, I think, in trivia. But if y'all haven't played Cryptid yet as a board game, it's real fun.
Oh, wow.
So we locked in with Cryptids.
Okay. I want to play. Chris, do you have Cryptid?
I do not, but I will be shortly.
I'm like, wow, that sounds like something I'd like to try. If David recommends it, I'm in. Carmela and Chris, what were you thinking?
So Champ lives in Lake Champlain, supposedly. Skunk apes are down here in Florida. And but yeah, these are cryptids. I aspire to be a cryptid. I do not wish to be perceived. So these are definitely cryptids.
The correct answer is cryptid. Yes, and I included the skunk ape specifically for Chris. Chris had a fantasy football team named the Jacksonville Skunk Apes.
That's correct. That is correct.
Yeah, so
I loved it when I heard that. I was like, he remembered me.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. I remembered. Other cryptids include the Jersey Devil, the Mothman, the Yeti, the Mongolian Deathworm, the Michigan Dogman, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp, and the Beast of Exmoor. All of these are also cryptids. There's a nice little list on Wikipedia. So in the UK, big cats are the cryptid fetish, like the Beast of Exmoor and the Beast of blah blah blah. Those are cryptids in the UK, and they're giant cats.
Carmela, did you say the chupacabra is one also?
Absolutely,
chupacabra is a cryptid.
Okay. The jackalope.
Yeah.
The jackalope.
They don't have to be scary. Jackalopes should be.
Yeah, but I mean, it's known fiction. All right, everybody got that now. Question Tree and round Tree Fiddy with a category of Tree Fiddy. The story of Chef's parents and that Loch Ness Monster appeared in an episode titled The Succubus, named after the mythological demon that seeks to have sex with a sleeping man. Pardon me for asking, but the male version of this demon is called what?
Okay. I'm glad you know it because I was like, I
got
you. We're good. We're locked in.
Thank you.
They are locked in.
David's spelling is broken right now.
My fingers are my thumbs are really fat, guys, and so the S and the A. They are. It's no.
He typed incubus, Jeebus.
I also did.
Yes.
Help me, Jeebus.
Help me, Jeebus.
Cryptida instead of cryptids.
Yeah, we locked in with incubus. All
right, and David, where did it come from?
Oh, I just really love Greek mythology, but also, I mean, it's one of those ones that kind of sticks in your head because of the band, So I don't know if that's where they got their name. I assume it is, right? But
I knew it from a conversation I had years ago where people were talking about demonic activity, and I just remember incubus and succubus. Those are two things just stuck in my head. So,
all right,
you're just super into buses. That's all.
I just love buses.
Ben is bussing.
Yep. Chris, we need to get the video out somehow of the thing. Like, Chris is so hilarious with his gestures.
Carmela and Chris.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of their albums on CDs still because I still have CDs. But yeah, Pardon Me While I Burst Into Flames, Incubus.
Yeah, I gave you a clue. One of their first hits, if not their first hit, was named Pardon Me. So I said, pardon me for asking. The correct answer is Incubus. Good job. And that was your Tree Fiddy round. All right, at the end of the Tree Fiddy round, the score, David and Ben have woken up. They have 52 points. Carmela and Chris have added 22 points. They now have 72. It is 72 to 52 going into the midpoint. And your midpoint is in the category of a little less waving, please. This question comes to us from Douglas Hooton, by the way. Oh man.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you, Douglas.
Awkward, what's the word I'm looking for? Pageant waving over here.
Yeah, it's
elbow, wrist.
Not good. No.
okay.
I mean, it is a wave. Here you go. The six, I know this is something we had probably 6 years ago, but the Six Flags chain of theme parks derived their name from their original park, which had a 19th century version of the flag of the United States of America, plus 5 other national flags flying above the entrance. For 4 points apiece, name the 5 other national flags, 2 of which are from quote-unquote countries that did not exist at the time of the original park's opening. I added the quote-unquote that was written just as countries, but I don't want anybody to say, that's not a country. So,
did you say 2 or one of them?
Name 5 other national flags, 2 of which are from countries that did not exist at the time of the original park's opening.
I guess you feel good about those, David.
Wow.
Yep. I do.
All right, we're locked in.
That was fast. All right, David and Ben are locked in. Chris and Carmela, you can talk out loud.
So I know they're a Texas-based company. I know Texas is one of the flags for Republic of Texas. Unfortunately, I think the other one, because they are a Texas-based company, the other quote-unquote country flag would be the Confederate flag. So sticking with the Texas theme, probably Mexico.
Okay, that would
Spain.
make sense. Okay.
So that's 4. I don't know what the 5th one would be.
So could it be England because they supported the CSA during the Civil War? Just help out.
I have no idea about that one.
Okay.
But France also had a hand in things in that area of the world. So it might be France.
Okay. Definitely not Canada.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. Could it be any Central American countries? I've been to Six Flags one time. I went to the one in Atlanta. And it was a long, long time ago and didn't even think to look at the Six Flags, to be honest with you.
I feel really confident in the first 4.
Cool.
France is just like, they were part of things in Mexico, so it would not surprise me if they also put the French flag in there because, like I said, Texas-based company.
Yep. You know what? This is me riding on your coattails. So I am going to say let's just lock in with France and move on.
All right, so we're saying Spain, Mexico, Confederate, Republic of Texas, and France.
Okay, David.
We come from
Ben.
France.
I'm going to let the Texas native give her answer.
Yeah, I went Seasons Flags to the Arlington one, and so I went for Halloween. And it was totally scary. So they have like 10 haunted houses. Y'all, it's the worst. But yeah, so we are super narcissistic in Texas. In that, like grade 8, you take Texas history for some reason. It's so stupid, but they represent the 6 countries that governed essentially Texas. And so we put Republic of Texas, Confederacy, Spain, Mexico, France, and then you had already mentioned the USA. So
your correct answers are France, Spain, Mexico, Republic of Texas and the Confederate States of America.
Nice job,
20
Carmela.
points to both teams.
Good job.
At the end of the midpoint, score is 72 for David and Ben to 92 for Chris and Carmela. All right, that is the end of the first half of episode 350. This is Jonathan, and I am here to let you know that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a fantastic service that I hope our listeners are taking advantage of right now. They can help you achieve happiness. BetterHelp will assess your needs. They're going to match you with a licensed professional therapist, and you can talk to this person. You can have a person that you can talk to, that you can share things that you need to say, you can vent to, you can get good advice, you can be challenged. It's really great. You connect online in a safe and private environment. And it can be life-changing, and I'm not exaggerating at all. It can literally be life-changing when you find the right therapist for you and you start an ongoing conversation where they can call you out on your BS and when they can listen to you and tell you when you're right and tell you when, no, that is a thing that you should be doing. That is so valuable. You can get set up in less than 48 hours, guys. You can start talking to your therapist in less than 48 hours, and you'll be able to message back and forth in an unlimited fashion. You can meet once a week. You don't have any waiting rooms. You don't have anything like offline, like in person. It's easy, so easy, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference, especially going into the holidays. People dealing with depression, people dealing with relationships and family conflicts and all kinds of stuff. Having a helping ear, having a listening ear can help all of us. You can start living a happier life today. It's all a matter of whether you want to. Now might be the time. I want you to start living a happier life. I hope that you do too. As a listener of Trivial Warfare, you can get 10% off of your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/TWA. I'll repeat it because there are 1 million plus people who've already done this. They're taking charge of their mental health. They're getting their person to talk to. Maybe it's your turn. Go to BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TWA. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game. Round 4, question 1, your category, fashion.
All right.
Pachuco style was a widespread trend among Mexican-American youth in the 1930s and 1940s. The style was recognized as a symbol of rebellion, particularly in Los Angeles. The most iconic symbol of Pachuco style was what outfit that was also paired with a bottle of beer in 1990s pop culture?
Carmela is locked in, although I would have gotten it after that last part.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, Carmela and Chris have locked in.
So you're saying Zoot Suit?
Riot, riot, throw back a bottle of beer.
Oh.
Zoot Suit, riot, riot.
Riot!
Is that a 90s song?
A 90s song for sure. I don't know what year it was. It's one of my dad's favorite, not my dad's favorite songs.
You feel confident, so we'll go with it.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say lock in with Zoot Suit.
All right, they've locked in with Zoot Suit. Carmela and Chris, what are you thinking?
I didn't really need the last part, but I think that's what singed it for Chris. But yeah, it's definitely Zoot Suit.
The correct answer is a Zoot Suit. That is correct.
Yes. Cherry Poppin' Daddy's 1997.
Yeah. And Zoot Suit riots were a real thing. You can go look those up. They are not great. Okay.
I don't know how a song was created out of it, especially by a ska group, but sure.
Ska groups will make a song out of anything.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Just look at Real Big Fish.
That's a good point.
Round 4, question 2. Your category is music. Jenny, Rose, Lisa, and whom were the 4 members of Blackpink when they released their album Square One in 2016. The missing member is also the lead actress in the JTBC drama named Snowdrop.
You want to go with that?
Yeah. Okay. I'm locked in.
Yep.
All right, Chris and Carmela.
Oh, good, because my thing would not let me spell it. I think it's Jisoo. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but it's like Jisoo or something like that.
Okay.
But I love Blackpink. Blackpink is fantastic.
Okay, and you heard my response. Modern music, no!
I just want just horns playing whenever I enter a room, and so I could just throw Pink Powder in the air.
Okay, we can make that happen for you. That's not a hard request.
On days I wish to be perceived, that's how I want to be perceived. But yeah, I think it's Jisoo.
Yeah, I think the only modern music I listen to right now is Haim, or if a song's being played on a reel or a TikTok video, and that's about it. I'm not very good with modern music, unfortunately, and I need to get better. But Haim is a wonderful group. I've enjoyed the heck out of it lately. Yeah.
David and Ben, what did you answer?
We also went with Jisoo.
And how did you know Jisoo?
Well, so my love for K-pop really started way back in college, but there's a band called KDA for League of Legends, and they do a song that I listen to a lot and play Beat Saber to. And then I got really into Blackpink, which is kind of like a gay iconic group. Like all of the gays love them some Blackpink. So because
they're amazing.
They are. Absolutely they are.
The correct answer is Jisoo. That is right. By the way,
I would absolutely take my queer card if I didn't listen to them.
The JTBC is, I'm going to pronounce this terribly, but I included it in the question, so it's worth knowing here. The Jungang Tongyang Broadcasting Company. So there you go. That if you hear JTBC, that's what they're talking about.
Cool.
And round 4, question 3. Your category is women in government. Shout out to Clint Givens for this question.
Thank you,
Thanks, Clint.
Which U.S. state, which was surpassed in population by Washington, D.C. during the 2010s, is the only state that has never sent a woman to Congress, neither the House nor the Senate?
Do we flip a coin?
Actually, I think my second answer is where we need to go. Unless you want to flip a coin. I got a coin right here.
So this one? The one I just typed?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay. All right, Carmela and Chris are locked in. David and Ben.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it probably flipped between the same two states we are.
Yeah. I started off being super silly and saying it's got to be the South because we're terrible. We're literally the worst. And does that surprise me? But no. And then he asked you to rephrase or re-see the question. And so now we're between, looks like, Wyoming and Montana.
Yeah, because DC, I'm pretty sure their population is going to be under 1 million if it's just the DC proper. And there's no states in the South that are that small population wise. So, Wyoming was my first thought. It could be Montana as well. I kind of want to lean towards Wyoming.
Sure,
because I think they're the least populated state in the nation. So
sure, I like it. Let's do it.
All right, we're locking in with Wyoming.
Okay, they said Wyoming. Carmela and Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carmela.
I was telling Chris that I almost always say Wyoming for these small population questions because they have the smallest population, but I was almost certain that Liz Cheney is from Wyoming.
And I confirmed to her that she is from Wyoming.
So we coin flipped between North Dakota and Montana, and we landed on Montana.
All right. There are only 2 states that have a lower population than Washington, D.C. Wyoming, who has Representative Liz Cheney, and Vermont. Correct answer is Vermont.
Wow.
Whoa.
That popped in my mind briefly.
I am shocked at that answer. I'm very, very shocked.
Yeah. So Wyoming was close, but Liz is there.
Mm-hmm.
Other low population states, by the way, Alaska has Lisa Murkowski and North Dakota has Heidi Heitkamp.
Okay.
So Vermont is the stumper for a correct answer. And at the end of the 4th round, scores 92 to 112. Carmela and Chris have been maintaining this 20-point lead the whole game. It's getting tight. It's getting good. Here we go. Round 5. Question 1. Can't we all just get along? Shout out to Shout out to Susie Becker for this question.
Thank you, Susie.
Which religious figure from south of the equator won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984?
Repeat again, please.
What religious figure from south of the equator won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984?
Really great if I could type.
That one? Oh.
We're locked in.
All right, Chris and Carmela, You can talk out loud.
Cool. I'd like to actually talk it out instead of texting it.
Yeah. I know Desmond Tutu, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, has won a Peace Prize.
I've actually had the honor of listening to him talk, and just an amazing man, simply amazing.
And that would have been South Africa, which is definitely south of the equator.
Okay.
Mother Teresa is another good one. I don't remember if she actually won a Peace Prize or not.
I'm about 99 until you said that. I was going to say I'm 100% sure, but then you said no, not sure. So I'm doubting. I'm doubting my Queen of Space. I believe she did for all her work that she did in Calcutta.
Yeah, but I feel like, again, not 100% sure that she's actually won the prize. If she did, it probably would have been in the 90s.
Okay.
I feel like maybe, or maybe I'm flipping them. Maybe Tutu won in the 90s and she won in the 80s.
Yeah. I'm kind of 6 one way, half dozen the other. If your heart is leading you to Desmond Tutu, I'd rather go with that then.
Okay.
If I'm by myself, I'm answering Mother Teresa.
Just because I'm still not 100% sure that she's actually won a Peace Prize, and I know Desmond Tutu has, I want to go with Tutu.
Okay. We're locking in with Desmond Tutu, Jonathan.
All right. David and Ben.
Yeah, that was interesting back and forth. So I texted David, Tutu, and then immediately he texted back, Tutu? Yeah, that seems good. So first of all, Desmond Tutu obviously he's a Black history figure, so he's someone that I knew of growing up. But also recently, I asked a gauntlet question about Carmela. The category was Carmela. And I remember in the 80s, there was a woman named Carmela in, I think it was Montreal, who hosted a dinner where Archbishop Tutu was the guest of honor. And so I said, everything lines up, David. And David's a genius, so he's probably came in from a completely different angle.
So you said Tutu.
Yeah, we said Tutu.
And Chris and Carmela, you said Tutu. The correct answer is Desmond Tutu.
Yes.
Good
nice job, Carmela.
All right, I got to know, did Mother Teresa actually win a Nobel Peace Prize? Hang on.
Yes.
Is she from south of the equator?
No, she's from India.
She's from India.
No, she's not from India. I'm sorry.
She's from UK.
She's from Albania.
She's from Albania. Not
okay.
not south of the equator.
But her work was from. She did most of her work in Calcutta.
Exactly. That's what made me say India. But yeah, she's not from India, of course.
Right.
So this said from south of the equator.
Oh, okay.
Crap.
Sorry about that, Carmela. But good job. Good catch.
Okay. Round 5, question 2. Your category is next level astrology.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Many people can name the 12 signs in the standard zodiac, but a 13th sign, Ophiuchus, is known in sidereal astrology as being located behind the sun between the dates of November 29th to December 18th. Ophiuchus is represented as a man grasping what, which is also part of its English translation from Greek.
Go for it, Carmela.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We're locked in.
Okay. David and Ben.
Can you spell Ophiuchus?
I sure can. OPHIUCHUS.
Holy crap. That is a Loch Ness monster. It's a man grasping something.
The answer is not answers.
I'm not getting any clues from the spelling of this name.
I'm trying. Yeah, same. I'm guessing that the root for it has to be Ophi or some kind of, because Euchus seems like I could be wrong, but that seems like less of a, because you have succubus and you have a bunch of like us's at the end, so it's that UCH part. So I can't imagine, from that question. So, man.
I mean, arrow came to mind. It's just a random thought, but I don't have any justification for that.
So my problem with arrow is because you already have Sagittarius, which is the archer.
Right.
So would it make sense that you've got another astrology component that would be another archer or another person holding arrows? You know what I mean? So like my thought is,
so this will be between Scorpio and Sagittarius, right?
Oh, I don't know what those months are. Unfortunately, I just know that Libra's September.
Yeah,
and Virgo is August.
So Scorpio, I think, is end of October through late November. Then you have, I think Sagittarius is late November, because I have a cousin that's a Sagittarius. She was born December 18th. And then my brother is Capricorn, which is the next sign. He was born January 17th. So,
right.
So you have Capricorn, which is like a unicorn, right?
Capricorn's like a fish ram, right? Or a fish, some kind of fish ram.
So fish ram, before that you have the Archer, before that you have a Scorpion. Dude, I don't know.
You guys got about 2 minutes.
A man grasping the stars.
Could be like I wonder if it's like the wreaths
branch or a wreath
of, is like that's like the Olympics, right? So I wonder if there's anything with that.
Let's go with wreath.
Yeah, wreath.
All right, you're saying wreath. Carmela and Chris, what were you thinking?
I'm fairly comfortable with zodiac stuff. I'm pretty sure that he's holding a snake. So we said snake.
The translation from the Greek of Ophiuchus is serpent bearer. It's a man grasping a serpent, and I will give credit for a snake.
Nice.
Well
Good
done,
job,
Carmela.
Flexing your trivia muscles today.
No, I'm just a astrology nerd.
Hey, it had stars in it. It's space related.
Sort of.
You are a powerful champion in this trivia. That's just all I'm saying. That's all.
Round 5, question 3. Your category is, I'm going to Disneyland.
I'm going to Disney World.
Here, apologies in advance. I'm not trying to do an imitation, but I am trying to pronounce it as correctly as possible. Le Château de la Belle à Bois Dormant is the official name of the Disney castle found in Disneyland Park, Paris, that celebrates which Disney princess? I will repeat it for you, and I'll say it slowly. Le Château de la Belle à Bois Dormant. And if you want to, I can type it into the chat.
That would help.
Really?
We're locked in.
Well, I think we have an answer. You feel confident, David?
Yeah, I'm planning all my trips to all of the Disney locations.
So David, just based on what he typed, like the house of the pretty woman, something bois sleeping, right? Dormant has to mean sleeping. So if Aurora is Sleeping Beauty, then yeah.
Yeah, so I typed in Aurora just because knowing that it's going to be there. So, but it's Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Got it. Okay, we'll lock in with Aurora. You want the name of the princess, right?
Either one.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we'll lock in with that.
Carmela and Chris.
Well, Carmela, I guess maybe knowing French would have helped a little bit, you know?
Probably would have. I just went with the French princess, which would be Belle, which was also in what he said. So we ended up saying Belle, and it sounds like we might have gotten it wrong, which, cool.
All right. The translation of the phrase from the French is the castle of the beauty sleeping in the wood. It is Sleeping Beauty. Or
Very good.
Aurora.
Nice job, you two.
Which one of you had the French knowledge there? David or Ben?
That was Ben.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Ben surprising with some French knowledge.
I didn't know what Dubois was, but I'm like, dormant is dormant, but that's sleeping.
Whoa.
Belle is pretty.
Ben, that's one. That's one.
I finally got one. But I mean, no, honestly, it doesn't really count because David knew the answer before you even typed all that stuff.
It supported it.
It supported it. Yes.
So it's a fun thing. They were dealing with the naming of the castle, and that was the name of the story in the French, right? And they're like, okay, well, we obviously can't call it that. That's way too many names, way too many words for the name of this castle. And then Disney, the company, was working with their French consultants, and they did some polls and they did some whatever, and the French people said, no, that's the name we want for this castle.
Right.
So the castle is fully named all of those words because they want it that way. That's sounds appropriate to them.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
So that was really neat.
Trilby, if you listen to this episode, I apologize. I should listen to you and Bernie more often.
Oh, good old Bernie.
Good old Bernie.
So at the end of the 5th round, 132 to 112, Carmela and Chris maintain their 20-point lead with that the correct answer on the second question. So it is a 20-point lead going into the 6th round. In the 6th round, category 1 is sports.
Sport ball.
Finally.
Shout out to Leslie Hyman for this question.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Leslie.
Leslie.
What basketball coach that was a silver medalist in her own right in 1976 in Montreal helped the U.S. women's Olympic basketball team win their first gold medal?
I think I want to stick with that answer, David.
Righto, partner.
All right. Well, we're locked in.
All right. Over to Chris and Carmela.
At first, I was thinking, okay, he didn't say what level of head coach. So it's not, obviously, the NBA has not had a female head coach yet.
Well, this is Olympics team, not professional team.
Well, that's when they played. They played in the 76 Olympics.
No.
Or
Jonathan, can you please reread the question?
I would be happy to. What basketball coach that was a silver medalist in their own right in 1976 in Montreal helped the U.S. women's Olympic basketball team win their first gold medal?
Okay.
So they were a coach for the women's Olympic team when they won their first gold medal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very famous basketball player by the name of Reggie Miller. His sister was not only probably one of the best women's basketball players of her time, but also ended up coaching USC and was a phenomenal, coach. I think it's Cheryl Miller to be now her first name, but we don't need, obviously, unless he asked for it. But I think her name's Cheryl Miller, but I would go with Miller.
Okay. Then Miller it is. It's Miller time.
All right.
Indeed.
David and Ben, what did you say?
So Dave was leaning on me for this one. After I started thinking about it, after we locked in, I started to feel worse about our answer, just because I did some math on when I think she would have been born against how old she would have been in 1976 in Montreal. But based on all of the things that Chris said, we also locked in with Cheryl Miller.
Okay. I wondered if this would be something that you guys got or not. Neither one of you answered correctly.
I think it's Pat Summitt, though.
Correct answer is Pat Summitt.
Oh, my gosh.
Summitt had
If I had done the math, I would have not come up with that answer. Oh, my God.
Summitt had the most career wins in college basketball history at the time of her retirement in 2012.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was the head coach of the Lady Vols from 1974 until 2012. She was their head coach when she was an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
She was literally an Olympian
I've heard of her.
in the same year she was coaching them.
This is the ultimate badass of
Oh,
basketball
yeah.
elite.
Yeah, no, Pat Summitt, one of the
Absolutely.
best coaches in any sport of all time.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And I was trying not to make it super clear that it was a woman, but I slipped and said her instead of they in the first reading of the question, which irritated me to no end. But yeah, Pat Summitt is the first name, especially like you might think of Ariema now as a women's basketball coach, but Summitt is the starting point for women's basketball coaches.
100%.
No, you're 100%. Yeah, you're 100% right. And she, unfortunately, she passed away from cancer a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But a legend. She was a legend for sure.
Legend.
Is a legend. Excuse me.
I
Is a
should have done the
legend.
math, David. If I had done the math, there's no way Cheryl would have been old enough to have played in the Olympics. She was only been she would have been a teenager.
All right.
I had a vague recollection of Pat Summitt. Like, as you guys are explaining her, I'm like, oh yeah, like it's a really big name in women's basketball, especially Lady Vols. When you said Lady Vols, I was like, oh yeah.
Okay, round 6, question 2. Category is Mega Hits 2.0.
There we go.
Mega hit.
This comes to us from Clint Givens. I'm going to give you information about. Oh, thank you, Clint. This was the second question in this game, and it was a good one. I'm going to give you information about two songs, and I want you to name for me the songs. Song number 1 is an acoustic folk rock track by an English singer-songwriter. It's a sleeper hit that topped the charts in 19 different countries and is certified 6 times platinum in the U.S. and has over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Song number 2 is a Grammy and Oscar-winning ballad that was the first ever Billboard Top 10 hit recorded by an artist with a Tony Award for acting. It's certified 8 times platinum in the U.S. and has had versions recorded in over 40 languages. Both songs were released in the last 10 years and have videos with billions of YouTube views, placing them among the top 50 most viewed of all time. Name these 2 songs whose titles differ only by which pronoun appears as the middle word in the song title. I'm going to read the whole thing again because there's a lot of question there. Okay? Song 1 is an acoustic folk rock track by an English singer-songwriter. It was a sleeper hit that topped the charts in 19 different countries. Certified 6 times platinum in the U.S., over 1 billion views or streams on Spotify. Song 2 won a Grammy, won an Oscar. It is the first ever Billboard Top 10 hit recorded by an artist who has a Tony Award for acting. It's 8 times platinum and has had versions recorded in over 40 different languages. Both songs are less than 10 years old, and their YouTube videos put both of them among the top 50 most viewed of all time. I want you to name both songs whose titles differ only by which pronoun appears as the middle word. So the middle word in the song titles are different, and they're both pronouns.
So let me make sure I understand. The names of the songs are similar. They just differ by pronoun?
Yep.
Okay.
We are locked in.
All right. David and Ben have locked in. Over to Carmela and Chris. You guys have about 2 minutes.
I'm pretty sure that second song is How Far I'll Go from Moana, because I'm pretty sure it won the best Oscar or the best song Oscar. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a Tony winner.
100% can vouch for that.
So if it only varies by pronoun.
So how far you go?
How far you'll go, how far she goes, how far he goes, how far they go. I don't recognize any of those as songs.
Yeah. Yeah, because I originally said Thinking Out Loud, but from Ed Sheeran, because it met the British criteria, it met the folk side of it, acoustic side, and everything like that. However, there's no pronoun in it.
Right.
So that's wrong.
How far I'll go, how far you'll go.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I got.
I don't know. I got you. I can't help you out. I really, I mean, especially if it's that, I don't have anything else. So I think How Far You'll Go is a good medium.
Yeah. All right. So that's what we got. How far you'll go, how far I'll go.
Okay. David and Ben.
It's all you, David.
Okay, so the first one, I struggled a whole bunch until I figured out the second part. So the second part, recent Grammy mega hit, Tony winner. You know, I definitely thought a little bit of the Moana one, but I thought what was a bigger hit was Let It Go by Adele Dazeem. So I started with that, and then
I didn't catch. You typed that to me, but I didn't catch it until you said it just now.
Idina Menzel. So I started with that, and then I started playing with permutations on it, and I messaged to Ben, this song that I'm thinking of, I thought only I liked. I didn't realize it was as big a hit as it was, but the song Passenger, Let Her Go, and it's the way that he sings, staying at the bottom of your glass, the way he says glass, I didn't realize it was an English folk person, but he asked if it sounded English, and the way they say glass, pass, kind of other stuff sounded very English to me. So we said, Let It Go and Let Her Go.
Passenger does probably one of the catchiest songs about stalking that I've ever heard. They do a song called Night Vision Binoculars. And it's a very catchy song. It's a very disturbing song to me. But yeah, as soon as you did Let It Go, I'm like, oh, it's Let Her Go. If you love her, then you let her go.
David,
damn it.
David with a real big strength in music that I don't know how many people know that, but David very strong in music, correctly identifying Let It Go by the 2004 Tony Award winner, Best Actress in a Musical for Wicked, Idina Menzel, and Let Her Go by Passenger. Let Her Go was 2012. Let It Go was 2013 with a single in 2014. There was also the one of the more subtle clues there is translated in 40 different languages or recorded in 40 different languages, which would be the big movie Disney hit. Everybody's got to have their own version.
Yeah.
Well, Moana would be the same way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. No,
although, and I've never heard of Passengers before, so I was blindfolded on that one. Sorry about that, Carmela.
That is a big one for David and Ben. If they could manage to get the next one right and you miss it, then that would give us a tie game going into the gauntlet.
If I had managed to do math in the last question, we'd already have a tie game.
Well, your third question in the 6th round category is the Bible.
Bible.
All right.
What woman for whom a book of the Bible is named is considered a hero in the Jewish faith for saving the Israelites from annihilation by working in opposition to Haman with the assistance of her cousin Mordecai.
We are locked in, David.
Sounds good.
I'll type it to you, but we're locked in.
We are locked in also.
Oh,
Y'all can 3, 2, 1 it.
Just a soft.
Yeah.
Is there a
Probably
3, 2, 1 at the end of the game? Let's hear it. 3, 2, 1.
Esther.
Ruth. Oh.
Oh. The correct
Did I mix it
answer with the drama is Esther.
Oh.
I mixed it up.
Esther has the cousin Mordecai, and they work together against the vizier Haman. That is correct. It is Esther, which means going into the gauntlet, it's a tie game. Woo!
Cool.
Oh, my
I feel
goodness.
like they did it on purpose, Ben, but we'll take it.
We'll take it.
You'll never know.
The rare 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh.
Well, to be fair, there's only 2 books in the Bible named after women. So
Yeah.
Right? That's
Okay, now we're going into the gauntlet with a score of 132 to 132. You guys need to
Don't
work.
worry, Chris. Your God still loves you.
I'm just frustrated with
that's a
myself.
show
That is
title
all.
right there.
The show title's Tree Fiddy. that was a given.
There's got to be a subtitle, though. Don't worry, Chris. Your God still
Subtitle.
loves you.
Also, AKA, don't worry, Chris. Your God still loves you.
It's kind of like the Rocky and Bullwinkle episodes.
All right, you guys work out your wagers. It is 12:26. We're right on time here, but let's not take too long with it.
What's the gauntlet category?
Really good point. Your gauntlet category is numbers.
And what's the score again?
132 to 132.
Our score is locked in, Carmela. Your face was telling a different story, so
No, I'm just. I'd like to see if I can touch my lip to the bottom of my nose, and I can.
our score is locked in.
All right. We are locked in. Our wager's locked in.
All right, going into your gauntlet in the category of numbers. Question 1. 525,600 minutes is in the chorus of what song that features prominently in the musical Rent? 525,600 minutes.
We're locked in.
All right.
That's why you don't assume the answer to the question.
Chris
before he
and
reads
Carmela
those
are
predictions.
locked in.
So you're confident on that, David?
100p.
100p. We are locked in.
100p. All right. Going on to question 2. We have a tri-bond for question 2.
Ooh.
Ronnie Lott, Mariano Rivera, and James Worthy all wore jerseys with what number?
We are locked in. If Carmela, if you're okay with it, we're locked
Like, are you sure? You didn't ask me yet.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. Hold on for a second. I'll tell you
I'm
my
going to go ahead
reason
and
why.
repeat it. Ronnie Lott, Mariano Rivera, and James Worthy all wore jerseys with what number?
I think this is one of the few times that David can actually help with a sports question.
Our answer's locked in.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm cool with that. Our answer's locked in.
Moving on to question 3. Can you find the mole in this question? What Italian is the number 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power named for? Can you find the mole in this question? What Italian is the number 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power named for?
David, you seem confident.
Very.
All right. Our answer's locked in.
All right. We're locked in.
All right. I'm going to go back through. I'm going to get your answers. Question 1, I asked you what song in the musical Rent had a chorus that featured the number 525,600 minutes. Carmela and Chris, what did you answer?
Seasons of love.
I see.
We said seasons of love.
Hey, I put myself out there.
I loved it.
I put it.
I appreciate it.
I had a season of love for that answer. It was a small season, though.
It was fleeting.
Fleeting season. It's a fleason.
It was not a leap year.
Too.
Fleasons. The fleasons that we're here.
David and Ben, what did you answer?
Flavor Flav's Seasons of Love.
Flavor Flav. All right, question 2. I asked you what number was shared by Ronnie Lott, Mariano Rivera, and James Worthy. David and Ben, what did you say?
Oh, yeah, we said 42. James Worthy sealed it for me, but yeah, 42.
I tried to give an athlete from 3 different leagues.
I appreciate that.
Chris and Carmela, what did you say?
Yeah, I had no idea about James Worthy. However, Ronnie Lott and Mariano Rivera I had no issues with. And we talked, Carmela and I talked a little bit about the fact that Jackie Robinson's number was 42, and they gave Mariano Rivera an exemption so that he could continue wearing 42 after they retired at league-wide for Major League Baseball. And our answer was 42.
All right. And can you find the mole in this question? What Italian is the number 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power named for? Chris and Carmela, we're going to take your answer first.
I had no idea. None. Zip, zilt, zero. So once again, I rest. I'm riding the coattails of Miss Carmela and Maria.
So close.
Anna. Dang it. Forgot the A. Stupid A. I'm a stupid A.
Now that, again,
so
AKA,
many subtitles.
I'm a stupid A.
So great.
I always think of it as avocado in my head, but I know that's wrong. So we said avocado because I'm pretty sure that's the right number. Avocado's number.
Okay. And David and Ben, what did you answer?
Yeah, let's ask the chemical engineer.
So in an AP chemistry class, October 23rd is mold day. And so everybody brings in food. And just like Carmela said, everyone brings in, for some reason, like, remember when Doritos had the avocado guacamole chips? Like, everyone brought in like that. And like, because we're in Texas, everyone will bring mole. But Carmela was so close. It's Avogadro. His number with an R after the D.
Aww.
All right. I'm going to go through and give your answers back in order. The answer to question number 1, 525,600 minutes. Seasons of Love is correct. The number 42, better known as Jackie Robinson's number, is the number worn by Ronnie Lott, Mariano Rivera, and James Worthy. And Chris gave, during the answering of the question, Chris gave the full story of Mariano Rivera being grandfathered in. He was 100% right on everything he said there. And this number is defined, the answer to number 3, the number is defined as the number of molecules in 1 mole, which is why I gave you the mole part. And alternatively, it's also the number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon, which that's pretty detailed. It is named for Amadeo Avogadro. Avogadro.
Yep, that R.
And I was like, oh, God, can I take it? Can I not take it? It's like a proper name, but because David and Ben said it exactly
they got it right on.
right,
So, yeah, you should definitely accept theirs, not mine.
Yep, 100%.
Which means that David and Ben have the correct answer to
Good
all
job,
3
guys.
questions. And this is going to come down to wagers. I'm really not sure whose wager to take first and if it's going to matter, but I'm going to take Carmela and Chris and take your wager first.
So there's 3 options, really. You can bet all or nothing, or you can bet 1. And I'm like, Ben's going to want a tie. And I don't want to give Ben a tie. So we bet 1.
Oh, my goodness. And David and Ben, what did you wager?
I'm so heartbroken in this moment right now. I don't even know what to say.
Did you bet 0?
I don't even know what to say. I had to give y'all the whole conversation. So David was like, so first I started the conversation was like, David, I love me some Rochambeau. That's how we started the wager conversation. And then I was like, well, but Carmela and Chris knows this. So they may try to bet a small wager to stop us. But then the category's numbers. So if they think we're going to be better at that category, they might bet 0 anyway to avoid that. So I was anguished. So I'll let David kind of explain your side.
Oh, yeah, I was on the same boat, especially knowing that he loves a good Rochambeau. I didn't realize, though, that Carmela would know that, so I was just like 0, and then we can Rochambeau it at the end, and I'd obviously let Ben do that. But we were like, numbers. We like numbers. That's good. But then it's always kind of throw up, right? When you get those categories and you're like numbers, but it's like, here's a really esoteric, like here's a reference to a number and then a film question.
Here's Avogadro's number.
Right, exactly.
Right. What is Avogadro's number? Damn. So your wager was?
So we ended up wagering 0.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Carmela. She lost the game, but she spited you in the end. It was literally like, yeah, I lost, but I kicked you in the nuts on the way out.
Like, damn. Like, as I die, let me fling this poison dart at you.
Final score, 132 to 131. Carmela literally said, I'd rather lose than give Ben what he wants. And Ben and David are our winners with a truly Pyrrhic victory.
Oh, God.
Good job.
I think we won. I really do think we won.
You know, as my fellow Ravenclaw, Carmela, that was a very Slytherin move of you.
It's the Scorpio in me.
I understand.
Oh, speaking of that, your birthday is, did I miss it? It's the 9th.
It's Friday.
The 19th?
It's exactly 2 weeks after yours.
Okay, 2 weeks after
Happy
mine.
birthday.
Happy birthday in advance, for sure.
Happy birthday.
And for everybody listening to this now, if you didn't wish Carmela happy birthday, shame on you. Shame. Shame on you.
Shame. God Loch Ness monsters.
All right. Oh, God, that was a great game. Before we go.
Even a point.
Just a point.
Just 1 point.
Before we go, David, we like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes they care about. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Oh, my cause in general, just be a good person. Find some, just do something positive. You know, we're in this will probably release around the spirit of giving and all that kind of stuff. Just do something nice for somebody, even outside of spirit of giving season. Just wave. I don't know, wave at somebody. Don't be creepy about it, though.
Oh, sorry. I had to stop.
Hey.
That's a pet. That's a pet.
They said, don't be creepy.
All right. Well, this was episode number 350. What a great time. For Carmela, for Chris, for Ben, and for David, my name's Jonathan. This has been episode number 350 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, Loch Ness monster.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.